Hello, hello, chat. Welcome back to Return to Yharnam. It's been a couple of years since I last did this. I'm getting situated in the couch, so audio volumes will hopefully not be too much of an issue. Oh, damn it. So here's one of the problems I have. I have very short extension cords to all of my plugins. So my controller is currently plugged into the wall. So I need to move. Hold on. Professional here. God damn, this is not good. This isn't good. Actually, maybe. Should be fine like this. How we doing, chat? Is everybody enjoying themselves, having fun? Huh? I need to actually remind everybody on Discords. Everyone live. Hey Johnny Mnemonic. Hey Boop. Hey Man Sotoroso. Are we doing something special or just play the game in general? So this is a continuation of that short-lived Return to Yharnam series I did a couple of years ago. The idea there was we make our way to the Burial Blade, and then we're going to exhaust the Chalice dungeons. And maybe we'll just figure out something fun to do for together here. I don't remember how far into the game I got. Oh well, I'm at the Nightmare Frontier. We reached Canehurst. Oops. Yeah, okay, we're at the Forbidden Woods, sort of. And from memory... Yeah, Chamber of the Seal. I think we created this one. Yeah, that's the Cum Dungeon. Which means... I think the Burial Blade is just in here somewhere. Hello, Bradley Adams. How we doing? Hello. Hello, Kobu. And yes, this is, of course, the annual... I missed it last year, but it is the annual Bloodborne streaming, where we collect for the Bloodborne-Wiki, the best wiki. I didn't link the Bloodborne-Wiki in the description, but I did put a link to Mef's Ko-Fi. So, if you have a couple of bucks lying around and you want to support the best community work in Bloodborne in general, I hope you consider sending Mef a little. Because Mef pays for all of that out of pocket, makes no money out of it. And like I said, it is the best community work in Bloodborne. Best, most intricate information, all of the best data collected up there. I couldn't have done any of the Bloodborne stuff that I have done over the years without that. Collecting some ritual blood, that's really good, because we're going to be... Oh, Bloodborne controls. Oh, how awful. Because we're going to be going deeper into the dungeons. This is the Thumerian line, so if I keep going down, I should actually meet Queen Yharnam, whom I haven't killed. I think it's the only trophy I don't have. I think maybe that and one of the endings I may not have. Even though I have gotten all of the endings, it's on like different accounts. But that one I've never gotten. I don't think I've ever actually gone through and killed her. Yes, Bloodborne- is the GOAT. That's absolutely true. And of course, if you have Bloodborne, if you wanna... we can do summons, if you wanna play with me for a while. I might also have some friends come over, just through the Discords and such. But, all depends on how available they are, because they live in America and operate on America time. We live in Iceland time. It's very different. Also, this dungeon we have very little health in. But it also looks like we don't have any enemies in. Now where's the vendor with that damn burial blade, chat? So, I think there's a Labyrinth Warrior down there. I pressed L1 thinking I was gonna pull up a shield before rolling, and I just triggered my weapon, and I got all sorts of tripped up in that encounter. Shouldn't happen again. My Bloodborne game is pretty weak. I haven't played in a couple of years. And yeah, play the game, play as much co-op and PvP as we possibly can. But before we can commit to anything of the sort, we must get the Burial Blade. So, one thing I decided I maybe want to talk about, because I was watching a video I did a year ago, a bit over a year ago, The Cycle of the World, or the video I did on Samsara. And I quite enjoyed the video. I think it's very well made. But in the end of that video, I made a promise that I was going to conclude the themes of FromSoft series with a video on Hell. And that script never fully materialized. I bought an entire book on the Buddhist hells, on the Hell Scrolls and all of that good stuff. And I had planned to actually go through with it, to write out the script, and I was reading it. And what I ultimately decided on, and I've talked about this a bit in the past, god damn it, is that I didn't have enough material to really warrant making that video. I feel like with Madness, there was enough there that the video came together. With Enlightenment, same. Samsara, same. And I had thought there would be more to talk about with the Hells. But I found there wasn't. And so I decided, well, I can either torture myself to put out a video, or I can just bail on it, and I bailed on it. Previous to that, though, while I was writing the Cycle of the World video, I had another video in mind as the conclusion, which was just going to be human nature. And all of those videos, they all focus primarily on one game. They talk about all the games, but primarily they all focus on one of them. So Enlightenment was the Bloodborne video. Madness was the, I think it was the Demon Souls video, or maybe it was, I don't remember. Or maybe it was the Elden Ring video. Yeah, it was the Elden Ring video because of Shabriri. And Cycle of the World, Dark Souls, Ringed City. It's pretty obvious. God damn it. My timings are so off. And the final video was going to be on human nature, and I wanted that to be Armored Core. I thought that was such an interesting contrast, because you don't actually meet any characters in there. You don't meet humans physically, you meet them in their mechs. And I thought that would be a fun little turnaround. But that video, after I scripted it out, and the script is like 80% done, I looked at it, and it was a video that I had really tortured into existence. It was me deciding that, oh, here's an example I will use on, like, here's a trait that of, here's a human characteristic, like a personality trait or something like loyalty, that I will explore in this game, and then I'll explore a contrary trait in the same game. But it was really tortured. Because you could point to any number of counterexamples within the same work, and it would have made just about as much sense. Ah, this guy! And so I midway through Cycle of the World, decided I need to jettison this script, and I'll just write a Hell script. And that's why I committed to the Hell script, committed to making the Hell video, didn't end up making it. But basically, the idea there was, in Elden Ring, we have Midra's Mans, which is called internally Naraka, which is the Chinese word for the Buddhist hells. We have what's his name? Mesmer. We have Mesmer, whom I think is a very Luciferian-looking creature. You know, he has like the serpent on him. The trailer videos, the cinematics, they all really evoke that pandemonium, like Paradise Lost artwork. And we also have, in this game, Jigoku. We have the fishing hamlet. God damn it. Problem is I'm trying to talk while I do this. And the fishing hamlet, yeah, that's Jigoku, that's the Japanese hells. It's the what's it called? Satari no Kawaii or Kawaru, the river of lost souls, where like the sort of purgatory for all those who die without getting the teachings of the Buddha. And my thinking was, well, one way of doing this is because if I was thinking I might revisit doing that hell video. One way of doing that would be not so much talk about how the games use or how the games draw on it, but more so talk about the concept in general and point to some of the stuff in the games. So it would be more informative of the actual Jigoku, and it would just use the game sort of as reference. Because one thing, for example, that I found to be very interesting, I keep trying to shoot him with L1. One thing that I found interesting there is that a child goes to hell if they die before their parents, because it's like it dishonors them. And I think that's in the Chinese version, but it's not in the Japanese version. In the Japanese version, they go to hell and like then you have figures like Jizu, whom we've talked about so often on the channel. Whenever you have a character in these games with like a red cloak who protects the innocent, it's always him. You know, he's a bodhisattva. He's like this enlightened being who dies, goes to hell, is he's ready to be reborn into nirvana or whatever. And he decides, no, I'm going to stick around because we have all of these children in hell, and I'm going to teach them the way of the Buddha. And by me teaching them the way of the Buddha, they can escape from hell. Because if I didn't do that, then they would be stuck here forever. And I find that such an interesting little legal loophole, because somebody would have, back in the day, would have been looking at this and been like, that's really unfair for these kids. And then somebody else would have been like, yeah, well, don't worry about that, because we have this figure in the narrative who resolves all the conflict for us. Doesn't matter. I already pulled the lever. It's already done. Yeah, the burial blade, that's Gurman's weapon. A hell of my own making. Yeah, and so that would have been the angle I would have wanted to talk about it in. Also just because actually I talked about the fishing hamlet. I think the entire Hunter's Nightmare is very hell-coded in this game, because it begins with the River of Blood. You go, you meet Ludwig, who's like a giant horse, blocking the entrance into the research hall. I think we should get the souls now? Lower level, maybe? Blocking the access to the research hall, and he's based on Mezu, who's, I don't know, Horseface. There's Oxhead and Horseface, or Oxface and Horsehead. I think it's Horseface, Mezu or Gozu, but I think it's Mezu, and he's like a horse-headed sort of guardian of hell. And I think I talked about this in the Bloodborne commentary, actually, that Brador may be Gozu, because he has antlers. It's not, he's not an ox, per se, but I think it was sort of warranted that, like, you have the guardian into the hellscape is a horse, and then I figured, oh, you know what? The Blazing Bull in Sekiro does sort of the same thing. And he is a bull. It's kind of oxen-like. God damn it, my timing is all off. And I figured, okay, well, that's certainly one way of talking about it. Because then you just have, like, the journey to hell. You talk about Mezu in the context of Bloodborne, Ludwig, then you talk about Gozu in the context of the Blazing Bull, and then you talk about Sekiro and how these ideas inform the world there. And then it's just the deeper and deeper layers, and then you just pull at different games and say, okay, here is how this game might be pulling at this concept at this level, and we keep going deeper. And so rather than having the exploration be threaded around the specific topic and game, like I tried to do in the other videos, it would more just be you randomly pulling into the games when necessary to justify whatever topic was in front of us. Yeah, we finally killed something. It's not good being in this dungeon because I don't have any health and I'm so bad at the game. Don't be getting back up. No need to get back up. This guy has a gun. No, we don't. Ah! Oops. All of my held blood echoes. This thing is a reference to, there's a photograph taken, I believe, in Sydney Beach or somewhere in Australia of a woman, I think it's like a blonde woman, and she's doing like 2 thumbs up, I recall, and she has like a figure that looks just like this, that sort of beached on the beach. It's some like shark that started to decay or some shit like that, or like a whale or of some sort. And you can also see that, I believe, in the entrance to the fishing hamlet. It's one of these visuals they like to repeat. Yes, Naraka is the Hindi word. That's right. You're right to correct me. And that's actually something else I wanted to talk about, because... Hey! Somebody rated my note as fine. Is, maybe bringing some Hindi stuff into it, because I'm interested in that. I haven't read as much about that as I have about Buddhism, but you know, the Bhagavad Gita and come on, do an attack, asshole. And because I think there is something to, for example, Rani, 4 arms, blue. Not saying it's a perfect one-to-one, but I think there is something there. I also think it's interesting that in the Fool's Idol in Demon Souls, in the Doll in this game, and in Rani in Elden Ring, we have these characters who have their minds sort of stuffed into dolls and then are reborn sort of out of the cycle of suffering that permeates their reality. I gotta run. And that probably is better fitting for what we would have done with the cycle of the world of like rebirth. But there were so many extra topics on top of that we could have gone into but didn't. Bodhisattva, for example, that's just a sequence in the cycle of the world video. That could have been its own 30-40 minute video. You know, talking about the Slayer of Demons, talking about Wolf, talking about Kotaro, talking about Gurman, you know, in his own way, talking about Godwin. And eventually, you know, that series just did sort of need to come to an end. But I am a bit sad that my depth perception, no. I'm a bit sad that I couldn't, that I didn't finish it properly. I have a finished translation of the Bhagavad Gita, though I haven't read it yet, due to one annoying decision by the translator. Rani is Kali, the goddess which purifies the world from filth. Possibly, but Rani also murders her brother, and he just becomes this manifestation of death and decay in order to pay for her enlightenment. What am I doing? Trying to fight. Looking for the burial blade. No, not blood vials, man. Those are useless in here. No, this isn't the burial blade. I think I buy it from the guy. Patches, by the way, is the guy. This is such ass, man. Attacking me in the middle of my animations. It's possible we may need to create a new dungeon too, because this is not very engaging gameplay. Hopefully my commentary makes up for it. I don't think so, though. Basically, after every line, there's a bunch of commentary. I find this decision to be super annoying. Like, do at least a paragraph before the commentary. Yeah, I don't like that. If you're going to do, yeah, if you're going to do commentary, have like footnotes or something, or just have the entire book available without inserting yourself like that into it. I think I stunned this guy with, yeah, I stunned him with every attack. No point in letting him fight. Okay, I miraculously managed to actually getting close to this guy earlier. Alright then. Back here. No, he ate up all my souls. This is going to require all of my skill. It's just a ritual blood. Oops. Come on! Come on! I'm so... Okay. I can't even do blood bullets because I don't have any health! Doesn't matter. I got the ritual blood. That was the treasure of this side tangent. But I'm looking for the burial blade. It's the burial blade we want, not this peripheral crap. Also, I think I have a bunch of upgrade material, actually, that I haven't used. And I haven't used it because I'm saving it up for the burial blade. What's up, what's up, what are we doing today? Hey, Adak, what we're doing today is returning to Yharnam. Everybody plays the game. We do PvP, PvE, just playing the game as much as we possibly can. And if you happen to have a couple of bucks lying around, consider donating to the Bloodborne-Wiki. The best Bloodborne resource that every single one of your favorite Bloodborne creators stands by. And if they don't stand by it, fake creative. It's really bad to be fighting this thing, considering I don't have any health. I also don't have any bullets anymore. Let me just download you. I think I've been filtered out of further excavations in the cum dungeon. No, we'll try again. We'll try again because I just need to really lock in. Also, I think I might be able to solve my blood bullet problem. Check this out. Oh! See, because they weren't actually gonna kill me. While I have this debuff on. I actually sold out to Fextra Live, so I'm contractually obligated to embed other people's streams in future comments. No! Yeah, like, that entire operation is such a scam. Come. Come. Keeper of the Old Lords is filtering me, gang. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I think I keep my bullets, though. Not that it matters, I can just generate new ones. It's no problem at all. I support non-fandom wikis. Bloodborne-wiki is not a fandom wiki. It's a real wiki overseen by the hardest working member of the Bloodborne community. Hey, who's sending me messages on Discord? Oh, Kobu, you weren't joking. That's pretty funny. Kobu just proved, well, it wasn't just slandering that, Finnish translation of the Bhagavad Gita. It's actually true. Okay. Yeah. Getting into the rhythm of it now. Nope. I don't do nearly enough damage to do this fight. You know what? We'll do a different dungeon. That's actually one thing I really love about the way the dungeons are designed. I think Chalice dungeons just in blanket are gonna get an S tier in the Bloodborne level design discussion video when that happens. Might actually not be a discussion, maybe I'll just have to script that out and do it solo style, whatever. But one of the great things about Bloodborne is you get so much money for all of your loot, and it means you can really yeah, it means that, and also like armors, clothes, weapons, you can just sell that stuff. It's always worthwhile picking this stuff up. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, check this out, chat. The first instance of today's. Pretty good, right? Let's see, where am I at with all the other ones? Actually, wait, why didn't I clear out this one? Was I Oh, I think I may have... Did I abandon this one to go to the Cum Dungeon to pick up the Burial Blade? Because I'm very underleveled for that whole Burial Blade operation. Also, we could also just generate... Because I think the Burial Blade is in the Cum Dungeon. But it also... Yeah... Okay, I just didn't do the proper route through this one. Let's clear this out, and then let's just generate the Burial Blade dungeon. Because there is another one that doesn't have the crazy debuff. Doesn't open from this side. No! See, I'm dodging. I'm dodging in the middle of him clanging a bell because I've gotten used to not being able to fight back because it's kind of learned helplessness. There we go. No, I'm slimed, dog. Because that horrible cursed dungeon did a number on me. Come on, slime. Oh, what? These aimings ain't so great, huh? Searching for an early Burial Blade based, probably my favorite weapon in this game. It's up there. It's really fun. It has a great animation set. Good reach too, but it's one of those problems. I love the Logarius wheel. I love the Moonlight. I love a lot of those weapons, but a lot of the problem. I think I talked about this in the Bloodborne commentary as well. Here are more of this. Bloodborne is really bad with the allocation of its weapons. Like, the earliest you can get into an arcane build is if you go to Hygopian jail. God damn it. And you pick up the Tonitrus. And that's an entire playstyle of the game that's kind of warded off for like at least an hour for like a casual playthrough. I'm sure all of the Bloodborne gods are like, no, actually, you know, arcane scaling does well with Molotov cocktails and such, and yeah, okay. For a normal person playing the game, that's an entire playstyle that is just completely locked away behind getting really deep into the game. And stuff like the Burial Blade, stuff like the Parasite of Kos, and the the Beast, what are they called? Like the Beast Fangs or whatever they're called, the weapon you get from that Beast guy in the DLC. So much of it it's placed so far behind into the game. You don't really get to build with it. You sort of have to build into it, and then when you've played the game, you get to replay it as the character you want to play as. What the hell is this? This is a total jib, a waste of my time coming here. God damn. Also, should I use the beckoning bell? Oh. I don't expect anybody to show up, but it would be fun. Also, we could get into some of those weirder dungeons that the community has found over the years. Because we have, like, there's a dungeon that's just spiders. There's a dungeon that just has a bunch of those sinister bell-ringing women. There's a bunch of really weird dungeons in the game's files that you can... well, some you can generate. Some, I think you have to trick the game into letting you access. Wow, I got one of the Wandering Nightmares. Give me that ritual blood. Ooh, Tomb Mold. Even better. But we can go to the Bloodborne-Wiki and check that out. Is there some sort of event going on? Hey, Berbat Birkin. Yeah, this is the return to Yharnam. It's the 11th anniversary of Bloodborne's release. I think it started yesterday, actually. And we're just playing the game, doing as much online or offline as we possibly can, just spreading awareness and showing our support to the Bloodborne-Wiki. No Fextra Life crap, none of that fandom nonsense. The not the Fextra Life, the Wiki, the correct wiki. The one true wiki. And if you go into the description and you have a couple of bucks available, please show support to Meth, who's been keeping that thing running largely at her own expense for the better part of, gosh, how long has that thing been there? Many years. A great community resource, the Bloodborne-Wiki. You know, one of the problems I was having in the Cum Dungeon is that, like here, I can clear out the enemies. I barely even take any damage, and it's just I'm too worried, too scared. Oh well, now I took a bit of damage. But yeah, too worried about making mistakes. It's all in my head, getting in my own way. Come on, slime boy. Come on, slime man. Ugh. No! Asshole. He healed. Imagine such a thing. Actually, since I'm here, might as well. I think I am a bit under-leveled for all of this. Or I just haven't upgraded. I think it's level 5 actually, my saw cleaver. Yeah, it's plus 5. Yeah, come on. Come on! Your reach, man! What is this? Ow. Stop with the healing, man! Clear out all my flasks. Such terrible terrain to be fighting this enemy in. Stand up. Okay, I don't think he has more healing in him. Either that or he has one more healing in him. But it don't matter. It doesn't matter. It's done. Show me your ass, boy. Check this out. Did you guys know about this? Did you guys know about this? This passed the Sony famously censorship didn't patch this. Outrageous. Twisting the minds of children, this game. Now, let's see if I remember. Oh, hold on. Didn't open this chest. Ritual blood. Hopefully nobody saw that chest earlier in the stream and furiously noticed me not not opening it. I hate that whenever I watch my streamer and he misses stuff. But I see it, I go, God damn, this guy. For some reason I want cake. You can have cake. Cake is allowed. But you must share cake proof on Delicious Chat. For those not in the know, Delicious Chat is where I think I accessed this through the main dungeon. I don't think there is a secret opening here to get to there. No, wait, I think there's a side door here that I access it through, isn't there? Yes, there is. Delicious Chat is where the friends of Aesir go to share... Come on, what is this? What is this enemy placement? Ew. Ow, 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 ow. Come on, man. All of these Chalice Dungeon enemies are such ass. Look at this guy just back crawling with parasites. Hitboxes weird and unpredictable. And then he explodes in a fume of toxic trash. God damn. Ow. I was leaking at chat. Somebody was talking about a blind playthrough. I hate it when in blind playthrough the streamer has the audacity to play suboptimally. Yeah, I mean, I know everything about the game. Why doesn't he? And sure, I have the option of just being able to scan the environment, not needing to lock in on anything specific because of worries that dangers lurk about and could undo the entire run at any moment. I think I've de-aggroed this guy. I think I Nope. He was only pretending to be my friend. What is my shit stamina? Why don't I have any stamina? What have I been upgrading this character into? Me from a couple of years ago did not have it going on. Did not know what he was doing. There's some rats. Ow. There we go. I was a bit too careful with that encounter because I thought these guys were going to show up too, which was why I equipped the Molotovs. I was like, you know what, I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm gonna do. Did not. Only pretended to know what I was doing. Paid a dear price. These are also the multi-eye variants of the rats. They have more insight in that way. I have a very strong urge also to use the non-existent Wilder grappling hook here to try to draw the rats to me. Oh, nothing here. Damn. Damn, dude. This chalice dungeon just go on forever, huh? I'm gonna read chat now. If I die, it's your fault. I rarely put points into stamina. Well, yeah, you know, you should just allocate everything to strength. Ideally, we would all go about things that way. And it would be good enough, but alas. I think I have in this computer somewhere the notes from this series. Because I mapped out, like, where do I go to get what. Because I put way more thought into getting the burial blade than I needed to. And I think I actually tried to go into the easy burial blade dungeon, but I didn't have any of the ritual material to create that dungeon. Oh, come on, they were all grouped together so nice. Yeah, give me my health back. Oh, come on. One of these assholes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me all my health back. Alright. Okay, this should actually be much easier because He doesn't have that annoying flame effect that his brother had. Not sure about his ability to heal, though. Also, there's a bunch of clutter in here, but I'm not on the stairs anymore. That's better. What? Ridiculous. Took too long to heal. Attack me, attack, 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 attack. Ooh! Jesus! Also, like, stuff like this, where enemies have saws and carve you up into different pieces, that's very Jigoku. That's very Buddhist hells. So that would make the video. Also, the entire premise, they made a movie about Jigoku called Jigoku. It's from 60-something. The entire premise of that movie is, you know, you have a family and they're all sinners in some way and they all go to hell. They die, go to hell. And then you have a man. When they go to hell, the movie really begins. The story then is the man looking for his newborn child, and he's traveling through all of the different hells, looking for his crying son, looking to silence the cries. It's like, oh, like Bloodborne. There's a bunch of urns. Hopefully I don't burn up from that. There was a way to go up here, and I think that should take me there. I think that should take me to whatever treasure of this place is. To whatever the treasure of this place is. And there's another route there. This is probably the shorter route? Yeah, I think this is just a treasure room. Ah! That's the door I was talking about. This is one of the great strengths of 3D camera controls, is that you make so many of these little tiny adjustments to your view that you gradually lose track of your orientation when you're in environments like this one. And it works great to get you all disoriented and mixing up your routing. It's great. Are you emulating the game? No, this is baseline PS4, bro! We could also stream a little bit of the Phantom Pain. I have 3 saves there in Elden Ring that I played prior to the DLC. And every one of them has me just having defeated Moke. And I played the game a bunch leading up to the release of the DLC. Played up to that point. Then I just started over. And then when the DLC dropped, I played it from that point on, from one of my saves, beat it. Played it again, and then I was like, you know what, screw this shit. And then I went on to the PlayStation 5, and I had to, of course, replay the game from the beginning at 60 frames per second, so that was a plus. And I recorded that session, so I have all the footage I need for the future Elden Ring commentary, coming later this year, God permitting. Come on, man, I was dodging. Oh! Okay, he's out of the game. He's out. Take that, asshole. You idiot. You absolute fool. Here are the cannon boys. Ah! I noticed it too late. Too late to do anything about it, did I notice it? Oh, what? Nothing but lost? Oh, no. It's fine. Huh! Wasn't fully necessary, the button was on the other side, but it looked cool. Blood vials, I need those. I probably have a stockpile of like 200 blood vials or something. Where are my blood vials? Where are my blood vials? Don't see it anywhere. But I probably have them in storage, I just haven't died. In a bit. I know your ways, man. Hello, every pony. Pony? Hey, Sparrow. Sparrow! Are you returning to Yharnam? With the rest of us? Oh, this guy again. Hey, I have an idea. Idiot. You idiot, you absolute fool. Never in a life. Oh, come on. I guess I have to fight this guy for real. Look at that emergent gameplay. The developers never ever suspected somebody would use the trap against the enemy. Oh, goddamn, I was trying to heal. That's why they coded it to damage the enemies. Just by accident, they did that. I was actually going through my game, and there's a sequence where I have mosquito enemies, and in that same general area, I have an earthquake section near a mountain, and there's just boulders that fall on the ground and break, and they damage anything they land on. And I was playing through that sequence, and I realized, holy shit, the boulders don't damage the mosquitoes. Oops. Because obviously they should. You know, it's kind of a failure of game design that you would have this environmental hazard in there, but it doesn't do anything to the enemies. So that's on the docket to fix. If place meeting, well, if instance exists, earthquake damage object. If place meeting, earthquake damage object, I die equals true. Or however I need to code that. I don't remember what the mosquitoes are programmed like. Some shit. One of the earlier things I programmed, so they're probably kind of shit. Where am I at with resources? Ooh, wait, actually, what is my level even?
Well, what is it? Very well, let me.
48? Okay, ritual blood. Don't need that. Don't need anything here. Nor here. Nothing here. Hand lantern, I have that. Molotov cocktails. Buy some of those. Buy some of this. And spend the rest on this. Doesn't ultimately matter that much. Just put an enemy descriptor that says that mosquitoes are too small and nimble to be hit by boulders. It's just as much work. I put it on the back of the box. I'm going through my first playthrough and realizing that this game actually came after Dark Souls really shows the type of vision and improvement they had in mind instead of working on Dark Souls 2. Here we go. What possible boss could I be facing in this here dungeon? Is it another shitty keeper of the Lord or whatever? It's this jerk off. I hate this guy. Let me break that postule, boy. I love how his chains go crazy wild when he does his swing attack. See, this is why I hate this guy. He's just big, hits like a rock. It's a fight that he can sort of end just whenever he decides to. There we go. Like, look at... What the hell is this? I hate this boss. Oh! Oh! No good, chat. No good. Let's see about creating the Burial Blade Chalice. I think the time has come to actually go and play the game I set out to play. What, 9 hours ago? However, how long is this play session? Not the session. Status. No. No, it's not exit game. I guess I have to go to the menu to see it. Whatever. Makeshift altar. Dungeon quick search? No, don't want to do that. Remove this chalice. Let me see. 259G? Yes. There we go. Very cool, very cool. There should be a burial blade here. So now we can finally have ourselves a wonderful burial blade after all of this time. Every time I replay Elden Ring, I found myself missing the weapons in Bloodborne or how fluid the rhythmic combat was in Sekiro. Yeah. Bloodborne, Elden Ring has some other strengths though, so I think it kind of makes up for it. Why do I have the notebook equipped? What was I doing with that? Also, do I have some souls I can pop. Hey, Beastman. You have a lot of health. Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't do a lot of damage, though. No! There we go. Further proving that I am, in fact, not emulating. Imagine denying Sony their hard-earned money. Also, well, you probably can emulate the Chalice dungeons, even though they require network play. You can probably, there's probably a patch around that by this point. But yeah, that's another thing, chat. I hope you appreciate. I paid like €6 or whatever for PlayStation shitty online service because the entire operation here is locked behind that thing. Going deep out of pocket for these Return to Yharnam streams. Shining coin. Whee! Absolute waste of time. Nothing in here. Nothing remotely in here, man. Oh, wait, actually. Shit, son. I just spent like 6,000 souls trying to do this amount of damage. Damn! 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 Oh, that's why the cannon is there, huh? I should have figured. Hold on. I need to funnel these guys a bit better. Okay. There, killed some of them. Another one gone. Focus on this one. Another one just showed up in the middle of me dealing with the other three. Ah! Endless spiders. There's probably a sinister bell lady. And I don't think these assholes actually drop anything. You know what? This is getting me nowhere, and it's getting me nowhere fast. I need to start attacking these things closer to the source, don't I? Yeah. Ow. Ow. Pain for no... God damn it. God damn it. I spent so much money on Molotov cocktails that I wasted. Ah. That's one can crushed. Lies of P felt slow after Wo Long. Actually, you know what's funny about Lies of P? When I played it, I had a very deep cut in my right index finger, so I couldn't do the claw, and it meant I have to. My index finger was just bound and poised upright, so it was always pointing outwards. And holy shit, this is such terrible visibility. And what it meant was that it just lay on the circle button, ready to do my dodging for me. And it was actually after I finally took my bandages off and was able to do the claw again that I started performing like shit in the game, because apparently using your index finger only for the circle button, and using your thumb for all the other face buttons, that's the way to do it. Come on, Miyazaki! Come on! Dude, no! Oh, this one had all my stuff too! God damn it. I hate how you have to reactivate your lantern stuff every time. Okay, now we just rush it. No fighting the little gremlin boys. Just straight to the bell woman. First, we have to lure out all the spiders. Actually, was this asshole here last time too? Dude, Jesus Christ, man! Oh, you know, I think the problem last time around was that I went to fight this lady so late that she'd probably... Stop! Oh! I hate that damn wandering spider over there. That wandering nightmare. It ruins every single time I try to approach her. That's probably why they placed it there, huh? Ah. Come on. Come on! I need you to not be in her, man. Outrageous. You consider this gameplay, Miyazaki? Where did she go? Come on! What is this? Oh, there she is. Okay, well, she's on the bottom floor now. Just infinite reach. Infinite reach! Oh! What is this? This is such garbage. Oh, chat. Getting kind of mad, you know. I might lose it. Okay, just bolt. She's probably summoned a couple of them spiders by now, but not that many. She wouldn't have summoned that many, not right away. I still have time. That's one. That's two. That's three. Dude. Come on. Come on! Why do they always... Oh, their hitboxes are so ridiculous. What is this? Ah. What? What? Oh, there's two of them. Oh, no wonder. Probably, Nope. Nope. Don't. No! Damn it! Oh! I wasted too much time. Oh! I love this game. But sometimes this game is such trash. Like there, this is such trash. Let's just rush past this. I don't want to be stuck here all night. Also, I'm pretty sure the Burial Blade is actually in layer 1, not on this little side tangent. Chalice Dungeons inspired Dark Souls 2. Well, see, Dark Souls 2... Dark Souls 2 distinguishes itself from this by having a lot of environmental hazards to really beef up the levels. Hey, dude. What the hell, man? I got it. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Try as you liked. You couldn't have stopped me. It's done. The deed is done. We got what we came here for. You all saw. Oh. Let's go back to the Hunter stream. I need to severely level this thing up if I'm gonna make any sort of headway into these chalice dungeons. This has some blood gems. How much does this cost? 500 and... Oh, 240. And I have some of these. I don't have any twin ones, but I suppose we could just go to the Nightmare Frontier and fetch some. There we go. Saw Cleaver still better. So yeah, on Nightmare Frontier, great place to pick up resource material, upgrade material. If you're ever in need of upgrading your weapons real fast, you go to the Nightmare Frontier. What do you suppose is down there, Chad? Oh! No. This will not stand. I missed out on killing that thing. That screen took a little while there, didn't it? The crow feather garb. That's what I'm wearing in the Elden Ring commentary, by the way. Because it gives me an extra 15% bonus to jump attacks. And yeah, I guess you could say my entire strategy in that entire run was just jumping and attacking things with big swords. That's all wrong. Didn't need that bloodstone sword. That was a trash shard. I needed a better one. I need the twin ones. Game. Huh? Hey, what could that be? I don't have the monocle. It's patches. Ah. These things are based on, what are they called, from the Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath? I think they're called like Gurs or something. And you can see they have like the sideways mouth. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of this in the Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath. A lot of like basalt columns and stuff. Wait, is there loot there too? No. Patches, ye dog. Are you going to be kicking me? After I got the deflect tier, I deflected my way through the game. The deflect tier should just be baseline how the game works. I feel like. I think it's so much better of a way to play the game. But also, I use that a lot in the DLC, and you'll see that when the commentary comes out. But also, I bailed on it during the Radon fight because it didn't do shit against his rings. His like after effect shits, and those things gave me a lot of headaches. So I bailed on that, and I think I got like just some physical defense up or some shit like that. Some other passive that helped me a little bit more from my tiers. And I beat him, you know, I beat him pre-patch. Commentary has pre-patch Radon fight, which is pretty fun. Stop with these. I need the superior stones. Here, once upon a time, Aesir Aesthetics was in high school. And he thought, you know what would be funny? Because I was invaded. What would be funny would be to turn myself into a message just like that. and hang out here where they can't find me. Because screw them for invading me. No fatties up here. Miyazaki! No! Get me out of the poison trash, man. The miasma. I can't be having any of these miasmas, man. Actually, I think bolt attacks are better against these things than fire, but I don't have bolt paper, I don't think. Unless I do, and I just forgot to equip. Screw this, I'm not using this. Do I have bolt? Oh, I do have bolt paper. But I can't use it! The hell with that, man. Probably, you know, I could use it on the saw cleaver, but we didn't go through the trouble of getting the burial blade to not use the burial blade. How's my dodging? My dodging is unimpeded by the swamp. Been playing too much Demon Souls, had forgotten the mechanics of Bloodborne swamping. No, not another miasma, man. This asshole just spewing poison at me from afar. Not a care in the world that I may be fighting another enemy and cannot be dealing with this. Wasted that. Probably didn't need to. I mean, I deal enough damage to just regain everything I lose. More or less. Ow. Or not! Where is he situated? Wait, where the hell is he? Why was I in his range? I couldn't even see him. Haven't gotten any twin stones yet. Actually, did these guys drop them? I think they dropped something. Don't fall down, don't fall down! No. I'm coming to collect, bro. Don't you worry about that. I collect. Did they just drop these gemstones? I guess it's fine. Ta-da! Kilt. These Lauren Silverbeast are no match for my underhanded maneuvers. I don't want these blood gemstones, man. I want twin bloodstone shards. Also, where are the boys? Where are the... There's supposed to be NPCs who attack me here. Did I already go through this area once and clear them out? I must have. But I have no memory because it's been a couple of years. Let me just sneak on by here, ladies. Sneakily avoid all the conflict in the game, like a boss. Let's see. There's a bunch of tunnel and cave systems here that I don't need to bother with. Because I don't necessarily think there's going to be... There he is! Okay. Oh, there's the one that killed me. I see it. I see it. I see him now, Chad. This guy... Yeti-looking man. Trying to not get bogged in. Oh hey, I poisoned him. I lured him out into the fields and he was poisoned like a moron. Oh, couldn't even loot. It's fine. You can't laugh at that. That's you know, I died in that run. It's not funny. You got another fire damp gem to give me? No. Ah! I lost a lot of health there. People in chat are often talking about the comedic timing. I've noticed. I think the phrase comedic timing shows up way too often whenever I stream. There is a fire bloodstone you can get fairly early in the game. I don't remember where, but it melts Vicar Amelia. I had it equipped on the saw cleaver once. And like I said, I just tore straight through that poor girl. And it also stunned her on every single hit. That's just a candle, not loot. Why does he have my loot? He didn't kill me. I killed him even. Yeah, give me the invincibility frames, idiot. Bloodstone shard. Not particularly what I wanted. Here we have a winter lantern. No, I dodged! Ridiculous. I'm beginning to think, chat, that me and my +3 burial blade might not have what it takes to clear out The Nightmare Frontier giving me trouble. What's become of me, chat? Wait, actually, I have the Forbidden Woods. I think that place has a shit ton of the Bloodstone shards I'm looking for. Wasting my time here like a complete idiot. Ah. Honestly, Winter Lanterns are one of those enemies that I really want to know what their original plan with them was. So, hey, Kobu, you've asked the right man. If you rewind a bit in the stream, or just open the stream in another tab, and do a screenshot of the Winter Lantern and what the Winter Lantern is dressed in, and then. Hold on, we need to go through the loading screen. We need to go through the loading screen again. If you have hey, you know, instead of rewinding the stream and going through all that song and dance number, you can just Google the Winter Lantern and get a picture. Wearing similar clothing to her. They're wearing Canehurst attire, basically. And I think the idea is, it's a cut enemy, and they put the Brain of Mensis, miniaturized it, glued it on the model, and then made it just this enemy that spews madness. It's not perfectly the doll's clothing. I think they're not wearing the shawl. Is it the shawl she wears on her shoulders? I don't know the English word for clothes. From memory, I don't think they're wearing that, but it is Canehurst attire, and we can go through the whole. Maria is from Canehurst. The doll clearly is from Canehurst. There's an earlier build where Queen Annalise has the mask, and she has the exact same voice actress as the doll, and you go, hey, wait a minute, I think I know what face is behind the mask. We have Gurman's apprentice, which is this nebulous character that we don't really know who it is. I go back and forth. I don't currently believe Maria was the plan. I think they had an apprentice. I don't think it was Maria. I think Maria sort of came together to tidy up a few loose ends, specifically about the doll looking so Canehurstian. I think they wanted to solve that. I think they always were gonna have us meet Gurman's apprentice, but I think having the doll be from Canehurst and having the doll be the apprentice, like, I'm not 100% sure that this was always connected. I think this was a way of just gluing together a few loose ends. No, I don't wish to reawaken, I wish to heal. To heal. To heal! Now, which of you was throwing shit at me? I think it was this guy, maybe? Dude, just pushing me into the fire. Oh! Oh! There's a great attack there. This one. No, not this one. He doesn't do it when he's not locked onto enemies. Ah! Some twin bloodstone shards. Stonks, am I right, chat? Everything's coming up Millhouse. Nothing here. This takes me to this area. These are such great enemies. The carrion crows. Greater if they were to drop something, but whatever. You're only doing damage to me because I'm handicapping myself with the burial blade, man. Ooh, blood vials. Alright. Here we can talk to Patches. But I'm pretty sure he shows up... I think he shows up in basically all of these houses, doesn't he? Oh heavens, would you stop that? Every peep you make brings this bad look. Oh no, this is just our old lady. No patches for Tonsil Stone. Not yet. I think the next time I show up here, he'll be at that house. If I haven't talked to him already. Which I might have, since I went through the lecture hall. I don't know. Wait, actually, yeah. Don't I have that stuff already? Yeah, I have the Tonsil Stone already. And the Canehurst summons. I've been here. I did this. No wonder there's no loot anywhere. I've been here. Yosefka's clinic? You mean my old stomping grounds? From earlier in this very playthrough? Hold on, I need to go down the ladder to be safe from enemy attacks while I reach chat. This should be fine. Crows are awfully cute for being in such a scary game. Man with vision lanterns, I want to know what the connection with the brain of Menses is. The larger concentration around the brain and the healing church create them. Oh, I think the Winter Lanterns, and this is a really boring answer, I think they just are an enemy where you can just invent whatever backstory satisfies you. I don't think there is one. The Brain of Mensis is not something that... It's almost certainly not something they created ever thinking they were going to miniaturize it and glue it on top of an enemy. I think as is, because they appear in the Frontier, they appear in the Fishing Hamlet. I think they only appear in Nightmares. I think the idea there is probably just that here's an enemy that lingers about in Nightmares and ain't so cool about you being in there. Loves to sing, though. Oh, such a good attack! Oh, made him mad. Psych! Give me that blood vials. Whoa! Dodged into him, having no stamina. Cool, very normal move. Ow. What is your tracking, man? Good to know that my, oops. Oh, hey, he dropped this. My fully charged R2 knocks him back. What's this? I enter an area, and already I've aggroed one enemy while looking at another? and that enemy then rushes towards me while I'm in the middle of fighting this one, and since there's no fencing here, and he has a plunge, poke, pitchfork attack, I'm liable to be thrown down the shafts into the water with these beggar enemies and enemies on top that throw fire at me, burning me in the oil water below. Could this be classic Miyazaki level design? I think so. I think so. Oh, such a beautiful animation. That lighting up of the edge of the blade. Ow! Hey, man. Ooh! Hey, I also have some rope Molotov cocktails. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Rip. Burning through money throwing these things at them, but it is kind of fun. I hate how the parabola of the throwing attacks isn't perfect. It's always a bit shorter than what it looks like. A bit excessive maybe, but fun. It's probably one level up already. Or even two. I think I have 4 of these now. 4 of them things. 5 of them things. 6. Very nice. Hey, open up a shortcut. I think. I appreciate his commitment to the bit, slow walking even as I throw explosives at him. That hit nothing. I hit nobody with that. That's blood vials. More blood vials. These guys only drop blood vials. Lies of P has no multiplayer. No, I don't think it does. I think it is a game devoid of multiplayer. But also, I don't think it hurts the game. Honestly, I think the multiplayer in these games has... I think it was interesting in Demon's Souls. I've had a lot of fun with the multiplayer over the years. I like it in the Chalice dungeons here. I don't think the multiplayer is a crucial component of these games. I think that for as much as Miyazaki likes this idea of people helping each other out and whatever, I think it is... And it's not, you know, I'm not asking for them to be removed or anything, but like Sekiro did perfectly fine without one. And you actually kind of notice that, hey, maybe a part of why Sekiro did so well, like one of the great successes of Sekiro, of course, is just you have one sword. Every single enemy is designed around one attack animation window. They know the timing for every single player. Every player walks as fast. Walks as fast, rolls as fast, attacks as fast. So it's just much more focused. But also, you know, on top of that, there's no multiplayer to do, like, waste time balancing everything around. It's just a single player. And it got to the point in Elden Ring where they just forked the weapon balancing, which is kind of funny, you know. Hey, is that not sort of an indictment on even including these things in your games at this point, that you're doing separate patches for multiplayer? Oh, well, maybe it's not necessarily an indictment on it, but I think it's interesting. Return to Krat would be nice. Oh, that'll probably happen. I imagine like the week before Lies of P2, you get Return to Krat. People do. Hey, I told you guys about this, didn't I? So Lies of P2 is apparently going to be the Wizard of Oz. But I had a different way of going about things. I like this red little light here. I had thought, you know what you do? Lies of P2, Peter Pan. And you go to like it's Neverland, but it's also like England, and you have like Wendy, she's grown up, and you make her like the Iron Dictator of London. And she's like invading Neverland and stealing their magic fairy dust in order to live forever or be young forever or whatever. And the lie of Peter Pan is that you don't have to grow up. And you play as one of the Lost Boys, or you play as Peter Pan himself. I haven't decided yet because it's not a real game that's going to be made. And you could have the alligator with the clock. You could have Captain Hook. And you would have this sort of merger of, 1910s, 1920s England, whenever Peter Pan is set, with that sort of magical, it's not too dissimilar to how Krat looks already. And I think Peter Pan is I think it's more interesting thematically than something like the Wizard of Oz. I don't particularly like the Wizard of Oz. Not even that original movie. I think it's sort of shit. And I've seen a lot of movies from that era, and I think that movie is kind of shit by that era standards. I'm not I'm not one of the true fans of cinema. Special effects, did incredible things, whatever. I think it's kind of boring. It's a good movie. Lawrence of Arabia. Maybe that would be my other pitch. If they asked me to do a new Lies of P pitch, you do Lawrence of Arabia. I actually think Lawrence of Arabia would work really well as a video game. You just adapt that movie. Maybe as probably you don't do it as like a first-person shooter or something. You do it more of a role-playing game out of it, where it's obviously a real historical thing that happened, but it is also sort of a fantastical adventure of like the last of the sort of British legendary men of like the Francis Drake persuasion. This real outlier in T. Lawrence meets with the Arabs, befriends the Arabs, works with the Arabs, is made to betray the Arabs. It's so much romance to this narrative. And yeah, you probably make a game that's more about making choices than about, aiming a gun. And we have games that have sort of, because I always find it such an interesting premise, or like a setting for a game, like that era. Amnesia Rebirth was set in a very similar sort of, it's this sort of outpost of European colonialism in the Middle East during that era. The Mummy, the movie, it's not a video game, but that's also a very similar sort of, I think that's such an interesting setting. Doesn't get explored enough. We are well and truly capable of some amazing level ups by now. Yeah, Snakehead. The snake in Japan represents a thing you don't want popping out of your head, by the way. That was missing from the themes of FromSoft videos. No. Which way are you coming down? Which way are you coming down? Oh, come on. It was the shitty rope variant, god damn it. Oh, the rope one only throws behind. Because it's a dumb item added in a DLC after they'd already made the item that works. I think this guy has the ability to basically insta-kill me, so I'm not gonna... That's why I was being a little bit too careful there, but in hindsight, I actually think he doesn't have that ability. I think I was overly cautious once again. I hesitated. We're not playing Sekiro, so it doesn't matter, but, you know. We should have a Return to Ashina event, by the way. People have been asking me to stream some Sekiro. And I think people want that because they think I'm good at the game. I did beat it with Bell Demon and Charmless. But it's not because I'm good at the game, it's because I had a lot of time to play the game. If I had to stream it, I would not do nearly as well. Though a part of me is like, well, muscle memory is a real thing, you know? So I don't know. But a Return to Ashina would be fun if we find some, if we can find some interesting pretense to justify it. Of course, we could just do it. There's no need for a massive pretense. Let's meet Walter, gang. Also, I need to pee. I've been crushing soda water all stream, and let me tell you, it does a number on the bladder. A new face. Are you wanna join the league? No. Yes. Get lost. Looking for vermin. Get out of here with that. What's that? We're looking for vermin? Couldn't be me. These people who think you're good at Sekiro, are they in the room with us right now? Well, again, I did beat it. You know, that counts. It counts for something, doesn't it? Ooh, I need 8 more of those things. God damn. God damn! $23. Ooh, 42. 43. That's the best I have for that. 47. Blech. Ooh, actually I could get a nasty poison effect going. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. By the way, doll. I think this is a skill weapon, isn't it? 12, 10. Yeah, this is skill. If anything, is a skill. Oh, I only have 2. Whatever. Whatever.
Farewell.
No. Here. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back, chat. Don't go nowhere. We back. Classic Acer P ASMR. I always forget to bring the microphone with me, chat. You can hear me howling in pain as I pass bloody kidney No. My pee clean. I take good care of my bladder, chat. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry about that, my beautiful chatters. We've been going for 2 hours now. I don't know. I feel like we could go for another couple of hours. What's in the news, chat? What do you guys want to talk about? Do you have some insights? Fitting Bloodborne, you know. Haha. Do you have any fun questions? Do you have any Bloodborne theories you want to discuss? The sounds of a streamer desperately trying to maximize engagement. I love these snake ball enemies. I think that there's an attack you can learn from the I think it's the Madara's twin whistle, where like a snake head appears and bites from the ground, and if you freeze frame that thing, you get like the ugliest snake in the world. Looks ridiculous, and these guys, many of them also kind of look ridiculous when they're kind of moving. If you could get them into a model viewer, you'd see that they look kind of like what you remember a snake looking like, but they don't quite have the snake look. And I think somebody took that to heart, because in Sekiro, that thing is just a snake. They did it right. And then in Elden Ring, those are snakes. Somebody at FromSoft made these snakes, and somebody saw them and was like, brother, you're gonna, like, we're not doing this again. Somebody in this company needs to learn how to make snakes. Because this was embarrassing. It's like that image of the three-headed dragon, and one of the heads is a doofus. That's like the Sakura, the guardian snake in Sekiro. That's Mesmer's snake. That's Rykard's snake, and that's like this snake. This is the goofy one. Screw off with these rope Molotov cocktails. Keep getting in the way of everything I do. I keep thinking they're good, so I'm just gonna throw them in the trash so I don't fall for it. I'm not baited into trying to use them for anything again. It's also such a wonderful enemy. Just, oh yeah, it's a ball of snakes. He probably picked that up from some D&D manual. The master Miyazaki probably stole it from some D&D manual before he animated and programmed it all by himself once again. Do you think Irreverent Izzy ever said Izzy is back? I think Irreverent Izzy, or the irrelevant, I think it's a mistranslation. I think it was supposed to be the Irrelevant Izzy, because he doesn't appear in the game. They forgot to put him in the game. Here are all my twin bloodstone shards. A couple of more hours to make up for the long peace session. Oh no. Were they that long? Forgot about the Elden Ring snakes. Where are those? Yeah, like Mesmer, Rykard. As you say, they weren't able to implement the giant snake in Bloodborne. They did implement a giant snake in Bloodborne. Have you not fought the Shadows of Yharnam? They summon a giant snake enemy. There's also this thing. You'll notice it has ticks on the back of it. Like, look what I'm talking. Like, look what I'm saying. It kind of looks like a snake from a distance, but you zoom in and you're like, hey, wait a minute. No, this has like the jaw of like a guy. Double kill. I don't know about snakes, but I sometimes miss the height from Dark Souls 1. Always liked it. Yeah, I like it too. I think that obviously it's they need it. It needs to have something in its program telling it that, hey man, if you don't have all your heads yet, you have to move a bit closer to the beach and stop attacking your heads, like stop putting them out of bounds. Ash Lake one, I think is worse, but you know, I like that enemy. I think that it's always a fun little challenge. I also like that its magic attacks destroy the crystal golems. So more of that emergent gameplay I was talking about earlier, where you use one enemy to your advantage against another. Couldn't see through one enemy dying. God damn it. He lost almost no health to that. Oh, the range! Dude, what the hell? That was so unfair. I played the game correct and everything, and it still went so wrong. What do I think about the Metal Gear Rising? Ooh, I quite like it. I think that I'll admit something. So everybody here has heard my character action game rant, yeah? I don't like the term. I think that the purest genre classification is you describe the game as what you go to it for. You go to Devil May Cry because you want to play action. Therefore, I think that should just be an action game. And if there needs to be a special sort of category to determine what is a regular action game and what isn't, I would say you don't describe Devil May Cry as a character action game. Instead, you describe Call of Duty as a cinematic action game. That's my rant. I hate the term character action game, but it's here to stay, so let's go with it. I like them. I'm not good at them, and I don't play them often. I haven't played Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I have watched some of my streamers play it, so I'm basically a perfect authority on it anyways, and I have a lot of opinions about it, and who is and who is not a real Metal Gear Rising fan. After all, I did watch a Let's Play. I did watch some TikTok edits. Okay, if I hadn't whiffed that second attack, I wonder if I could have just locked him out of the transition. Also, after he fails his grab attack, I have enough time to wind up a full power attack. But yeah, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, I like it. I think it's really silly and fun in a really Metal Gear Solid kind of way. I think it's a great way of building on top of that franchise in a way that is not disrespectful to the original, if that makes sense. Because, well, to the original like Metal Gear series, those are stealth games. This is a character action. Different genre, but I think it fits perfectly for the character. I think the presentation, because those games always are very over the top, and that game the story revels in the over the top nature of its violence. It has some themes and such. So yeah, I like that game, even though I haven't played it, and yeah. What? I didn't hit anything with that attack. What is my terrible range? Is my guy an idiot? Give me some trash gem for that. Also, what happened to me having poison build up on my attacks? These enemies are not getting poisoned. That's a slow poison build-up, so probably I won't see it outside of maybe bosses. Ooh, actually, there's a pick here. coming up soon. Maybe I'll be able to see it there. Thought I saw a wandering nightmare. Don't mind me. Nope. Nope. Don't want to be over there. Hold on, I just need to kill this enemy and then I can read more chat. Ow. Ow. I found the perfect distance where I can hit him, but he can't hit me. Hold on, let me scroll up a little bit. Yeah, Metal Gear Rising. I meant the giant snake boss. Oh yeah, I meant that one. This looks more like a T-Rex than a snake. Did people here play AI Limit? I thought that was pretty good. I didn't. These snake enemies are directly ripped from Resident Evil 4. Oh, the Las Plagas. I don't think so, because those guys... The gimmick with those guys is that you do damage to them, and then they become the snakehead enemies. There's a bit of sort of randomness and uncertainty, whereas these guys, the first thing they do is try to transform. I think that is functionally very different. I think this guy has all my stuff. Could have played that a little better, but whatever. We're here. Yes, give me my stuff back, you asshole. Plays almost Devil May Cry is about style mostly. Yeah, but you know it's style that is expressed through competent action gameplay. God of War borrows the same gameplay, but uses it to express like brutality and anger. And I think you know you can obviously characterize the intent of the action however you want, but the action, you know, it's stylish combat. Or it's brutal combat, or it's, you know, sexy combat, or whatever, Bayonetta. Actually, Bayonetta probably doesn't tune around sexiness, it's probably just style, too. Whereas, I would imagine the sensibilities of combat design in your average Call of Duty is just, oh, we need to fill time in between these cutscenes. And sequences of the player walking behind a character that walks slow as molasses. We have this NPC that drags ass, and while the player is waiting for them to hit their script triggers so the dialogue can play out, we need to have something for them to do. It doesn't open from this side. What? Outrageous. Also, with the rally mechanic, this is something I love about it, is that whenever you're attacking, you can get sort of frantic, and you always hit one more time than you need to. With the rally mechanic, that doesn't always look as incompetent as it is, because you're still like, oh, I thought I was regaining health there, you know. It rewards that. And, you know, Bloodborne is very meditative. It's about enlightenment, tranquility, the expansion of the mind and consciousness. And it's very funny then that it plays so hectic. You have a sort of juxtaposition of the two approaches of the fight or flight stress versus a calm mind. That I believe was probably deliberate. Aha. Yeah, I'm getting in there, baby. Ooh, yeah. Did everybody see that? That's pretty cool. That was pretty sexy, wasn't it? It plays almost like Sekiro, Rising Revengeance, and I gotta say the bosses are more blood pumping than Sekiro. I believe that. Use the L2 vertical slitherling from time to time. Their hitboxes is a bit tighter. Oh yeah. That's true, that's true. Favorite buff to a weapon or element type? In this game or just in general? My favorite buffs in general are... oh hey, another one of my great notes was praised as fine. Can I check what my notes are? Is that what the notebook does again? What the hell? How the hell? What the hell? Oh, that's why I had the notebook, because I wanted to leave a bunch of notes. Everybody, if you're playing along at home, see if you can find this note. Wait. Notes made. You're in the know, right? 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 Just a bunch of trash. just spamming trash. I think this was a part of Return to Yharnam, though, leaving this note behind. Beware of abhorrent beasts. Let's leave a good note here, though. Templates. Fear. Elderly? No, it's not. That's not good enough. No mercy for elderly. Aren't I there we go. No mercy for elderly. Eventually. No, not eventually, it's bad. No mercy for elderly. Therefore... What is some good elderly slander, chat? It's all thanks to... elderly. Titan. Amazon. Therefore, it's all thanks to yourself. This just became nonsense. I don't want to write notes anymore. Let's see. No mercy for women. Now we just sit here and we farm engagement, and I just get infinite health eventually, right? Right, chat? That's how this works. It's a pretty good attack. Demonetized. I've heard Devil May Cry referred to as a spectacle fighter. Yeah, you know, I hate all of these terms because you can imagine a character action. The idea is, well, the characters have a lot of personality, but that's trash because you can design a game that works just like that where that isn't the case. A spectacle fighter. I don't like that term either Because yes, it's probably apt to say Devil May Cry is a spectacle fighter. There's a lot of spectacle in it, but that's not universally applicable to that sort of subgenre of action games. Ow. And every term that I've ever heard coined to try and capture this phenomenon has always just... It's the classic genre classification problem. You can either be so narrow in your classification that you exclude things that obviously should be grouped in there, or you have to be so broad that you capture things that obviously should not be in there. Because, hey, you know what other action game has a lot of spectacle? Call of Duty. Is Call of Duty a spectacle fighter? I would say it has a hell of a lot more spectacle than Devil May Cry. You know, just in the presentation, but it's presented through cinematics. It's not in the gameplay. And I find that this is why I always go to the best classification is the one where you reveal what you go to it for. The three classic classifications are that you can classify something by the movement it pertains to. Music does that a lot, like rock and roll. Like rock and roll isn't a sound. It's not guitar and drum equals rock and roll. It's this movement. It's this sort of spirit. And then you can describe a thing by just pointing to the sort of component elements. Video games do that sometimes, or a lot. You know, first person shooting, which is not really a genre, that's a presentation style, but, you know, it's kind of like saying long take movie. Long take movie is not, nobody would look at that and be like, oh yeah, that describes a thing, but, you know, there's nobody out there that's like, I really love long take movies, you know. But, you know, if you describe Bloodborne as, I don't know, an action hack and slash, you know, game, I don't know. I don't think you capture it, but if you were to say, oh, it's a gothic horror game, you know, that's a much better way of framing it. And, you know, Dark Souls, if you want to classify that game quickly, you would say it's a dark fantasy. I think that captures the essence of it much more profoundly than a dark, you know, than to say, oh, it's an action RPG with, you know, it's a hard game, you know, hard difficulty action RPG kind of, you know, it's nothing. But people differ, people disagree on how to classify things. I'm not here to dictate to anybody how they have to group these things together. What about fire paper? Can I use fire paper for this? I cannot. For this though. Oh yeah, so favorite buff. I always like a buff or a mechanic that alters the way you play. A great buff is in Bioshock 2. You can get the because in that game you start out with a Big Daddy drill, and there's a tonic you can get that massively increases your fuel for that thing, or it makes you I think it makes you more efficient with your fuel usage. But it locks you away from using any of the guns. And I love that, because it's just a whole new kind of playstyle that you unlock. In these games, I don't think the buffs really matter. You know, it's, you know, light bolt or fire. I mean, it's just a different overlay to... Both of them basically do the same thing, do more damage to certain enemy types, different animation. I guess I like the sticky white stuff because it's really funny. I'm coating my sword in some sticky white stuff, man. Also, I think in the remake they renamed it to something else. Boo, cowards. Cowards, the lot of them. Alright, here we open up the shortcut. I see, I see. This is all coming back to me. There's mechanical genres and... Hold on. Mechanical genres, thematic genres, horror as a theme and as a mechanic separately. Yeah, you know... There's so many different ways of grouping it. But if you're just looking for like a catch-all term, I think that's the best way. Because if you were to say to somebody, if somebody came to you and was like, hey, I really liked Portal, recommend me some other game, would you go, oh, he likes first-person shooting, I better get him on that Doom grind? Like, no, you wouldn't. Another way of thinking about that would be, okay, well, he probably likes puzzle games. I better get him on... some puzzle games. It's like, well, no, not necessarily. But if you were to say, hey, oh, it's a black comedy sci-fi game, I better get him on some of that. I think that would probably get you closer to the essence of what he was talking about when he said that he liked it. Ow. I'd forgotten these things chase me. Ow. Hey, did I make a mistake coming in here? Hey, you know what? Why don't we deal with this asshole first? Since he's the one making this such a hassle for me. Also, he has the least health out of all of them. Halfway there. Well, not entirely. But close. Close enough. One down! I think this guy is the best one to take down next. Because of shit like that. Oh, wait a minute, I'm in a corner. Oops. Or we're gonna take this guy down, who doesn't ultimately matter that much. I think the best strategy actually is to keep all of them alive in phase 1 as long as you can. Because I think they need for one of them to die for the phase transitions to occur. And you can actually get their healths down a lot further that way. But, you know, it's not that difficult of a fight, so it doesn't ultimately matter that much. Shit. This guy is gonna be the biggest problem. Yes. Ow. Come to me. Ow. Though, from memory, I think the snakeheads pop up before I kill the second one of them. God damn it. Why am I... What? Come on. What is this? Separate, split up, boys. And then they do, and I kind of squander it. Somehow we'll endure, no worries. He's absorbed the stretchy powers of his friend. We missed the snakes. There they are. Easy. Easy peasy. Baby game for babies. First try, didn't even use a blood vial. Bing. Where my Oh yeah, hey, I got enough. I gotta go upgrade my burial blade some more. Someone asked for something like Portal without actual information. I'm gonna assume they mean gameplay. Really? That's interesting. Categorizing by what the game is trying to showcase. I'm categorizing by sort of what you go to the game for. But you know, this is another issue with the genre classification, just in general, is that there is no perfect remedy. People just, you know, there's no perfect way of doing this. If there were, then there wouldn't have been billions of people disagreeing and arguing over how to do it correctly. 69, am I right, chat? Pretty funny. Less X, am I right? That's it. Check out. Oop! I was asking her to check out my scythe, but she went to sleep. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know how that could have happened, though. Bloodstone shards, no chunks. We're not deep enough into the game with that. No, nothing. I don't want to clear out Bergenworth because that means blood vials is going to cost more money. It's going to cost a lot of money. We don't need that. We don't need to be spending all of our money. Canehurst? Hey, we could Canehurst the bug, chat. She checked it out all right. Oh. New save? No. No. I think she revives. She doesn't. Did I unlock this shortcut already? Martyr Logarius, am I gonna just come and kill you? No, I didn't. Blood bag, boys. Ow. Ow. This guy is gaki. This is another thing I would have brought up in the Hell video, is the gaki. So this sort of being that exists, greedy, and their punishment, you know, greedy in life, and their punishment is a greedy or gluttonous, you know. And then their punishment is that they have an endless appetite, and they just eat filth from the ground. And they just become these lowly, yeah, like this. These guys have really long tongues, and they just eat filth and scum and vermin from the ground. Also, the Mipu villagers in Sekiro is the same idea. Maybe I should call the video Hell and Other Assorted Things. Because it's... What? I died! The revenge. Kanehurst's revenge for what happened to the doll. That was an accident, though. Monocular. Can't do this in Dark Souls, huh? Where's your precious Dark Souls 3 to do this in, huh? Oh, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. Yeah, clean that, bitch. Do I have any funny, No, that's not funny. Can I pray with him? That's not funny. What if, yeah, what if I sit down with him? Can I... Hold on. Hey, chat, I think I figured out something really funny. This is the funniest thing... The funniest damn thing you ever saw. That's pretty funny, right? Everybody just crying over here. What's that about? What? I didn't loot anything, you idiots. I was content. But you made it into something more. Honestly, didn't expect this effect to last throughout the entirety of Kanehurst, but whatever. Everybody cry. There he is. Right above my head. Lawrence, main villain of the game. But why did Lawrence come to Kanehurst? Well, for many varied reasons. Relating to the game's happenings and lore. Lost children of antiquity, get the hell out of here. Lost bum of this game, whom I think was shuffled around in production because they didn't fully know what to do with you. Maybe if you all made me a sandwich, you would feel better, huh? It would have been neat if it were possible to avoid aggroing Kanehurst enemies with respectful behavior. Yeah, you can avoid aggroing them in the first room by not looting anything, but apparently they get angry anyways. So this guy was the clue I needed to puzzle together a cut character from the game that I postulated from the existence of this guy on this bridge that there might have been a character in Kanehurst that is no longer here. And later on, data miners found and confirmed the existence of just that character with the exact function that I predicted he had, which is the sort of vengeful spirit of Kanehurst. Somebody who would be here and probably like Braydor would come and attack you over and over and over again. And hey, chat, that's what the Bloody Crow of Kanehurst is. Or, well, it's kind of postulated that that's what he might have been. I think they found him having a few spawn points in Kanehurst that have been deactivated or something like that. Once again, I've predicted data mining. Some people predict lore, I predict data mine. And I predicted it basically by looking at this place. Let go of me, man. Jesus Christ, this animation takes forever. Jesus, man! What the hell? I pressed circle. I was changing my weapon for some reason. No, but so I looked at the fishing hamlet and I thought, it's interesting how the fishing hamlet story and the Canehurst story are the exact same story. Almost as if they had this story written out for Canehurst, released the game with it sort of half-baked, and then decided in the DLC that they'll do the story again, but flesh it out some more. And then I thought, hey, I wondered just how much of this was part of Canehurst. Was Braetor a part of Canehurst? And then I was engaging with that enemy, and I was like, oh yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Ta-da! Piece together lore. Don't need to kill you again. I already killed you once. Don't need to kill you again. Only a loser double taps. You get in, you get out. Ow. Now everybody just in your head, imagine that you had not seen me... Well, the game kind of bugged out. It wasn't so much me making a mistake. Ta-da! It would have been neat if it were possible to avoid aggroing. I already read that comment. Is that why they called it a character action game? Ugh. Now, chat, we won't be litigating this whole stream, will we? Almost as impressive as when Saucer determined the existence of laryngeals in Proto-Indo-European decades before they were confirmed to exist with the discovery of the Hittite language. I would say it's about as impressive. But probably mine was a bit more impressive though, because he had a lot more to go off of. You know, anybody really studying the field could have predicted that, but the original role of the Cursed Crow of Canehurst, Bloody Crow of Canehurst, that was always a bit more out there. The Hittites, everybody knew, like, it wasn't confirmed, but a lot of people were saying it. It was sort of in the drinking water at the time. You know what I mean? I take double damage because of this asshole. Now there's be some invisible mofos here, but we won't be aggro them. Ah, there you are. Come on, man, with your long ass grab attack. Boop. Not like I'm bitter about it. Chalk it down to Sony server issues. Chalk what down to Sony server issues? What was I saying? Ow. Everybody yell at me. Fine, I loot. Give me the gauntlets. Ow, 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 ow. And I got the knight's outfit, which I kind of love because it's a great outfit. Now, isn't there supposed to be a lever or something here to move a bookcase? Ladies! Ah! Ah! I remember now why I can't get too close to those. Yep. There's a guy. What the hell am I doing in here? You know what? You know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You don't do any damage, bitch. This guy, however, he is annoying. With his little Ebenezer Scrooge hat. Candelabra. Okay, there is something to be done in here, surely. Did I misremember the game? Oh, I'm sorry. You were content to just cry. I'm sorry. But I have to kill you now. There's nobody coming for you. Nobody coming to save you for what's coming. That's just a chair, man. What the hell? Alright. Oh, that's right. This was an optional room for the executioner gauntlets. The real way to go in is right there. But there's loot at the end of the roof here, and then a child of antiquity will drop down. But we don't need to fight him, because he was too slow. In the wise words of Chris Redfield, you're too slow. Oh, that the death didn't happen. Oh, yeah. It's probably a server issue, that's true. Sony do be hitting me oftentimes with them server issues, that is true. Anything else fun, chat, we can talk about other than character action games? I actually think that, so do you guys know about the, so we were talking about cut content earlier. How many of you know about the Land of the Dragon from Bloodborne? And now I wait for a couple of seconds. You know, I pretend to see if everybody's like, not me. Or somebody goes like, I know about it because I watch the same people you watch, Acer, you fraud. But basically, the concept artists for Bloodborne, some of them are freelance, some of them are in-house. And some of the freelance ones, they will have a showcase of Bloodborne, or like they'll showcase an area that's like castle interior. And you look at it and it's clearly Bloodborne. But then later in their profile, they'll have the exact same image and it's castle interior and it's clearly Dark Souls. But it's basically the same image. There's some things that have been moved around. And the idea is that there's concurrent development between Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne, and some of the assets and such are shared, obviously, but some of the concepts and actual levels might have been shuffled around as well. And if you go to the early map files, Bloodborne for Yharnam. You can see that Yharnam, Yharnam is mountainous. Everyone knows this, but there was a time where you go to where you fight Vicar Amelia, and there would be a revelation there. In one build of the game, the revelation would be that underneath that very altar is a Briatus. And you go, oh, wait a minute, this game is something more than I thought. But there's an earlier build, and I actually think this is I don't know if this is the same one with the Land of the Dragon, but I think it is. Where you go there, and what you would find, instead of Lawrence's skull, what you would find is one of those stones in the Nightmare of Mensis, with all the faces on it, screaming in agony. And behind the healing church, behind that area, you'd be able to take an elevator to a mountain. And on the other side, there would be this kingdom that was the Land of the Dragon. And it was this mountain castle that, had something to do with dragons. That's really interesting. Dragons, Dracula, Canehurst, it sort of connects. But you also look at that and you can't help but think, I know about a Land of the Dragons, but it's in Dark Souls 3, not Bloodborne. Is that concept just shuffled around a little bit? And Nameless King area, and I'm pretty sure that, yeah, probably that concept is shuffled around, kind of. So that's a neat bit of kind of remembered Bloodborne development lore, just for you. There's a great video on Sinclair Lore's channel from an earlier Return to Yharnam where Sophie talked about this in more depth. And that's where I got it from. So if I got anything wrong, take your hatred to the Sinclair Lore channel for not saying it in a way that I remembered it just right. Haven't heard of that. Yeah, everybody. So this is actually this is a bit of fun, early Bloodborne development stuff, by the way. This is I don't think there's even like a proto 3D map mesh of the Land of the Dragon. I think we're talking that far back. Also, I think I'm gonna die. I have 14. Hold on, what level am I? 54? Psh, easy. Isn't there one more thing to loot here? I don't know. Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 is Bloodborne 2 confirmed. Sekiro is Bloodborne 2. So if, with the concept artist, so if From was giving them access to asset servers, they might just use the same assets for blockout. It's possible. Well, we watch the same people. Yeah. Chat, who is this? Why is a Thumerian, clearly a Thumerian, guarding the entrance to Canehurst? What could be the meaning behind this? Why does he wear a crown? What's the story behind King Canehurst? A cut character from the game. The leader of the executioners, but he uses Thumerian weaponry. Are you telling me Bloodborne was sort of assembled after the fact? From whatever elements they just happen to have had? Because it makes no sense that he's the leader. Like, story-wise, it makes sense for the leader of the executioners to still be here. Like, yeah, I get that. That makes sense. But for him to be this crazy Thumerian, I'm like, what? That's kind of weird. That's weird and cringe. And if you post about it, I'm not gonna hang out with you in school anymore, man. Cool scythe, bro. Unfortunately, your scythe game could use some work, bro. No, my roll, my dodge! You ate my dodge! too far away. Ah! Miss me. It's too far away. No. Oh, the damage so great. I'm losing all my health. I can't do much to that. Ow. Drop to your ass! Didn't work. No phase 2 for you, buddy. I think you'll find phase 2... Oh, he gets it anyways. You broke my lock on. Give me my health back. Yeah, take that. This is also a remnant from a cut mechanic. When the player does his power attack thingy after stunning the enemies, there's in earlier versions of the game, there's an item that's called like, oh come on. Wait, okay, I took damage there, but I did successfully shut off the sword. That's pretty cool. Let's swap back. So there's a version of it where you have you can loot like livers from enemies. And the idea maybe being that, oh, if you manage to pull off one of those attacks, you would get the enemy's liver. GG no re, easiest boss in the game. Everybody who complains about this boss is a scrub. Haven't fought him in like 3 years or whatever, and I can still do it in first try. So it's kind of like how, you know, bosses have boss souls. I think enemies would have just had like drop livers or whatever. I'm not quite sure about that though. Don't know how that works. Maybe I should just keep the crown for myself. Maybe that's how we play through the game for the rest of the game. I thought livers were the cut boss soul equivalent. Yeah, so that, but also maybe you rip them out of enemies normal style, like the Sundetsu maneuver from Rising Revengeance or whatever it's called. Dinner time. Keep being awesome while I eat my pasta al pesto. Oh, you also like Italian food. Alessandro Ferrucci. I was eating Italian food yesterday myself. I went to Domino's, you can see. I had a pepperoni and mushroom pizza. And it was quite excellent. Here you have the knights missing the right leg. Because Beasttooth creeps up the right leg And that's a concept revisited in Sekiro, like everything in Bloodborne, just revisited in Sekiro in a much tighter story. Orangutan, you know, you cut off the right arm. Sekiro, cut off the right arm.
I claim no subjects, but here lieth our throne. Kneel afore us,
Ooh.
or get thee gone.
Or get thee gone, mate.
Visitor, moon-scented hunter,
I'm gonna go get some water to drink. Well,
I am Annalise,
we are indoctrinated.
ruler of the vile bloods, and sworn enemy of the church. Yet our people are murdered, and we are prisoner to this wretched mask. What is it thou art in search of?
What do we search for? Huh? I'm swearing an oath, baby. You know it.
Hunter thou art indeed.
Just call me Bobby Canehurst.
We've tired of these piteous
To stop Shura. What did I say? What on God's green earth did I say?
against the church. If thou wouldst this path walk,
I like how the game just gives you the item in the same room you need to use it. Yeah.
partake of my rotted blood. Very well.
Give me your rotten blood, baby.
Thou lad,
I need that blood, baby.
feel the spreading corruption burn.
I was going to leave to watch Back on TV.
Thou art too
Back on TV, but it seems no Back on TV today. Betray me for back?
last on this earth.
You kidding me with this? Kegare. Actually, no, I don't think that's the K. I think impurity is the Kegare rune. Corruption is like Shundare or something like that. I sincerely hope nobody in chat actually speaks Japanese and can call me out on just making up words. Shundare. Behind you. Attack from behind is effective. Unopened summons. Now we can do Alfred's quest line. Boop. Ew! I look like a moron! Because of course, you know, this is the part of my face that was covered. So now when I go king mode, I look like an idiot. What if I wear the ponytail? Yes, yes, this is nice. See what I mean though? I love this outfit. It's so beautiful. Flowing robes. It's a good show. If you think discussions about game genres get heated, you should see Italians talking about food. Literal friendships have ended. Yeah, I've been told about this. Hey, she's back! Ew! What is wrong with my guy's face? Ew! Why do I look like that? Oh, I think I modeled him off of me. Ew. But that is kind of what I look like in real life. No lie. Can I upgrade more? I can! Oh my lordy. I can! Hey, Gurman. It's just you and me, bro. I kind of look like a clown with his, with his, because of the collar. I kind of look like a clown. I'm so pale. Get rid of this. Oh, I can't with this. I can't look at the guy's face. I have to hide it. That's awful. So ugly. Nothing here. Oh, I can sell items actually. Is there anything I want to sell? I could sell some of my vermin. Got a good hefty lot of ritual blood over here. Valuable burial blade. Crown of Illusions. Yeah, turf that, don't need it. Knight's Garb. Yeah, turf that, don't need it. I actually don't know why I'm selling it. I don't need the money. That's what I wanted to do. I needed to check the... because I found new blood gems. For Fortenfeyen. Trash. Trash. Interesting. Oh, I can forge some of that arcane haze. Don't need it. Visceral attacks grant more blood echoes. Increases fire damage. Guess. What am I doing? Oh, I was trying to do the moon air thing. Oh, God, how cringe am I? HP? No, stamina. Give me stamina. Vials? No. Fire damage reduction? No. Frenzy resistance? That could be decent. Deep sea? I guess this? Doll, I've come for more upgrades. What level am I? 54.
Hello, good hunter.
Hey, I'm gonna Google something, chat.
Here in this dream to look after you.
Martyr Logaria's recommended level.
Pursue the echo
I just want to see how good I am at the game.
and I will channel them into your strength. You will hand peace, and I will.
Somebody on Reddit.
you to
I'm level 40, and I'm struggling on this one. The game has been pretty easy so far, but almost all of his attacks are a guaranteed one-shot. I've been seeing people recommended the level is 60 to 80. Alright. Hey bud, I'm at the same boss. I'm level 54 and still getting clapped. What I suggest is we destroy him on your account and then mine. And it's just like commenting together. He's an optional boss in an optional area, so you can get at him at any point really. 27 ain't no low vitality. He shouldn't be one-shotting you unless he's getting constant counter damage. Doesn't recommend level. Like 45 to 70, with a weapon at least around +6. But the area and boss aren't the worst if you're below that. I'd say somewhere between 60 and 90. Oh my god. So I'm basically a god at the game since I beat him at level like 43 or whatever I was.
very well, Madden.
Why did I make them all sound Southern American? Because they're all Redditors. Could get almost like a I could get like a 5% increase on my burial blade. But I don't really want that. I want
Farewell.
give me that. While they're still cheap, we do this. While they're still cheap, of course. Now here I was fighting something or other. I think some boss gave me a hassle here. It was the giant. Of course, I remember. Guides are like 60 to 80. Easy. Too easy, too easy. But yeah, people take Italian food very seriously. I did something in there, but now there's something in here. Oh, I found the burial blade and then I dipped, that's right. Ow. We need to get the heck out of here. Because this place is too high level for me, I think. Nah, we can do this. Ain't no bitch. You know how many blood vials I have, gang? I have like 300 of them or something. I spent all my money on that. You think I'm gonna lose to you? Not all of you, just a couple of you at a time, that's fine. I should be using the sock lever though, because this doesn't have any serrated. Actually, I think the reason I might have had an easier time with Martyr Logarius than I thought is because I have righteous buffs active. Now, he is technically speaking not a Cainhurstian, but I think the Cainhurst damage buff does technically apply to him too. It applies to everybody else in Cainhurst. Also, if I'd had like Ludwig's Holy Blade or the Kirkhammer or something. But I'm pretty sure this has the righteous buff. Missed me, idiot. Oh! Ew! He's vomiting on me, gang. Shit. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Now it's just you and me, boy. Oh wait, he stuns on every attack. Why did I hesitate to kill him like I did? Whatever. What is this, Lies of P ripoff? Huh? Italian food is very simple, honestly, but the Italian food fans aren't ready for that conversation. It can't be that simple. The guys at the Domino's, they often screw up. Hey, I knocked you down together, and you did the same attack together, and then I knocked you down together again. That was pretty funny, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Hey, Uncle Laser, Patches is selling this weird red phantom salamander. I think you should check it out. Where? Are you all believers in the red salamander? I'm gonna bring it up again next time I record with Illusory Wall, by the way, which should be tomorrow. I'm gonna bring it up again. I'm gonna see if he's done. If he probably, you know, he said that it doesn't exist in the game's files. He probably just hasn't looked hard enough. I think that's the problem. What did he mean? Beware o trap. We're no trap. Ah! Well, I see what he meant by that. Okay. Look, I kinda ate shit there. I think my goofy accents aren't helping me. Red Phantom Salamander. Somebody did not watch the Dark Souls level design discussion that was 6.5 hours long. I'm very disappointed. No, so basically this one time I was playing Dark Souls and a new enemy was generated to attack me when I was entering the Darkroot Basin from the Darkroot Garden. And it was a sort of black phantom, but it was a salamander. And he jumped on my head and then he ran off. And basically, oh, wait a minute. Make him do it for me. Yeah, so basically a new enemy was generated to come for me. Jumped on my head, I talked to Illusory Wall, and he denied that that enemy exists. To which I say, probably he just doesn't know enough about the game. Who are you? Are you a hunter? He don't do a lot of damage though. Shit. Dude! Dude, my health! Okay. I enjoyed the dramatic reenactment in the retrospective. Excellent production. Thank you. I spent like way too long on that, even though I probably should have just cut that from the conversation. Like I think I said I would, but I kept it in anyways. The red salamander isn't real. It can't hurt you. It did hurt me though. It fell on my head. Only deniers don't believe. A lot of my so-called friends are being exposed as deniers by every waking moment, basically, because none of you, or very few of you, seem to actually want to commit to this. But it's real, I tell ya. Can you stand on it and activate it? What the hell? That's such freaking shit, man. Get the hell out of here with that. It dodged him completely and went for me. Ridiculous. Absurd. Oh, it's... Could have just... Okay. Didn't need to do the whole routing. Could have just... Well, it's probably good I went in here to de-aggro all of the little gremlins. Absolute focus. We must maintain absolute focus against this enemy. Probably the toughest of all the enemies in the game, this Beastclaw NPC in the random Chalice dungeon. Dude! What is... Oh, why am I getting caught up in everything? Cluttered! God damn it. I missed the noble dress. I think it was in a chest I didn't open. That sells for like 20,000 blood echoes or whatever. Ooh, also, I think it's just a couple of weeks for the... I'm trying to release the first Monday of every month. What the hell? What the friggin' hell? So, it should be only a couple of more weeks or something until we do the, Dark Souls 2 level design discussion. First try. Ooh, he dropped something. 1 blood vial. A worthwhile trade, considering the resources I dumped into him. Why did this activate? I didn't step on the button. Whatever. With guile, I will defeat him. With guile and spam in R2. Oh, I think I know why. This just automatically maybe triggers. What? He rolled! He dodged! Ooh, he has moves, this guy. He has such moves. Let's see him fast. Let's see how he fares up against this. Ooh, I missed him. I think the trick really is just to not let him get hits in, because he builds up damage real fast. Yeah. We're not doing any encounters without me having all of my stamina, so I can do this shit. First try. I imagine Lost Bastille and Shrine of Amana are S tier. Well, Shrine of Amana, I don't remember what we did with Lost Bastille. But also, Frigid Outskirts, F tier. But then I recorded the footage I used in the video, and I decided, you know what? Frigid Outskirts is S tier all along. Frigid Outskirts was S tier all along. And I mercilessly slandered it throughout the entire duration of that video. But, you know, the ranking stands as it was deliberated upon, so F tier it is. Spoiler alert. Not that it's like a big spoiler, we talk about it all throughout the video about how we're gonna give it F, but still. Wait. What? Psych! I could do 200 blood vials, or I could do 300 of these. Let's do 300 of these. And then let's clear out the Nightmare Frontier, actually, since I began on that, since I started doing that. I started up on that thing. By the way, can you hear the mothership in the background? My PlayStation 4 burring away like it's gonna die out anytime. It's an awful sound. I was also, you know, I activated it, I turned it on, and I've been playing a lot of my PlayStation 5 recently, and I turned on the PlayStation 4, and I was just like, wow, this is a really shitty console. Just the user interface, the lag, all of it, just so much worse than the PlayStation 5. The only problem with the PlayStation 5 is that it got no games. Aside from that, great console. It's also been the same when I go back to the PlayStation 3. Like, every time you just go, wow, this thing lags because they basically designed the entire network thing as a patch. Don't know about this. Man, are you gonna get caught up on everything here? Nothing. No, that's the empty cave. Is that walkable? Yeah, that is walkable. This is how I kill one of the Titans, I think they're called. The poison shall deal with him. Ooh. A lead elixir. This is an item I never use, but I imagine it has a lot of fun utilities if you use it. Now, just have to angle yourself properly, because this lady likes to grab. Now we can also confirm whether or not she has the shawl. Remember, I recalled she did not. Turn around? Yeah, she's turned around. But it doesn't really matter because she has eyes on the back of her head too. Easiest enemy in the game. Alright. Stop with these emotes, man. Here is nothing, but on the lower floor is a big wandering nightmare. Don't fall off. Oh well. Oh well. Tee hee hee. He he he. Hoo hoo. He he ha ha. Very funny. The Acer man loses out on more blood gems. The only reason he came to this godforsaken nightmare swamp. Literally. Did you maybe land here, maybe? Maybe? Maybe. I don't think so. More of these lead elixirs. Let's, you know what? What am I doing with this fire paper? It's the lead elixir we need to really be thinking about. What does this do again? Shifts weight to deflect attacks. What the hell? This is not at all the item I thought this was. Maybe the item I thought this was doesn't exist. I thought this was like the Metal Mario from Super Mario 64. Is this not? I'm pretty sure there is such an item in this game. Or maybe it's an item from Sekiro. Shifts weight to deflect attack. That is such a wonderfully descriptive way of putting that, because I know precisely what it does just from that alone. Oh, I love the Burial Blade. Second Bloodborne commentary incoming. This time just burial blading. I don't like Winter Lanterns as enemies. Fear them, but respect them. The red elixir? It could be a different color elixir. Though, to a Japanese person, the let elixir and the ret elixir would be the same elixir, wouldn't you say? Eh? Chat? Chat? Wouldn't you say it's the same elixir? You haven't heard anything nearly as clever. Probably this entire week, so I hope you all appreciate that. What's on that tombstone over there? No, don't get poisoned, man. Ha! Gee, you don't want to get poisoned, do you? Just this. Yeah, there's a deeper swamp in there with another Winter Lantern. I suppose if I remember to check it out after I kill the amygdala, we'll check it out after I kill the amygdala. This attack, gonna do wonders against the amygdala. Good reach. Good for poking in head. What did I say? This one weird weapon melts the amygdala's head. Ah. Come on! Amendoze. There we go. Ah. Yeah, just... I'm High Lord Wolnering him. I'm making him move way back in the map. Losing ground, losing ground. No, oops. Come on. One more. One more. Oh, his back continues to bleed the arms. I've never noticed that before. That's pretty cool. Now we got a new chalice for our chalice dungeon run. And now we just need to kill the breeders to get the East Chalice. And then there's a fourth chalice, which is like the chalice of sin or something. No. The Hintertomb chalice, which I might have already bought. Shit if I remember though. I wish I could remember, but it was 2 years ago. What do you think, Chad? Please don't talk about Dark Souls 3 while I'm eating. Oh, that's a good one. That's something in Elden Ring. Iron Jar Aromatic. It makes you heavy but increases your poise by 400%. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, isn't it? You're so smart, Chad. Everybody's talking about like having an AI agent and using AI. I'm just always gonna, whenever I need help, I'm always just gonna stream and I'm just gonna ask you guys. You guys usually have an approximate answer to the things that I'm talking about. Chat, what movie should I watch tonight? Have you seen this movie? And I'm like, yes, I already have seen this movie and I told you already. Recommend me something that's not on the list already. You may enjoy this movie. No. Chat. We've got a blood gem. These are the little Cos goobers. So all of the great ones we encounter are surrounded with enemies that are small versions of them. And this is actually something you could justify the Winter Lanterns like that, because you have the Brain of Mensis, which is technically a sort of pseudo great one, and it populates the nightmares with the Winter Lanterns. You have Cos, and you have these things. You know, Cos is from Lauren. This is, you know, the remains of Lauren. And these things are sort of born from that. Abriatus has the little celestial children, like little slug babies, look just like them. Rom has the other spiders. Amygdala has the other amygdalas. You know, there's a lot of that about. Wherever you have a great one, you have enemies that are smaller that look like them. And that attack, if you zoom in, has... If it will do it again, maybe, or one of them will. You can see it has like little messengers in its... Yeah, there you go. It has messengers there. Referencing maybe how Cos was pregnant. But it's also cut open, referencing maybe how Cos's baby was ripped out of her. And so yeah, that's a bit of hardcore Bloodborne lore. And if we had, you know, we take the Human Childhood's Beginning ending, or whatever it's called, probably we'd have little octopus boys everywhere who sort of follow us about. King Coldblood. Oh, the Celestial Emissary has, you know, other little Celestial Emissary guys. That's another great one. With little grade 1 sort of looking enemies. I think we're done here. Let's jot down a note real quick. Beware of... Again! I don't know why. It's funny though. It's funny though. Very funny. Hey, you know what I should do with my money? I should buy more of these bold hunter marks. Because I seemingly only have 7 left, and I love to teleport. Also, I could have used one of those instead of walking my ass all the way back here to get to the lantern, but guess it doesn't matter. You should watch the classic Finnish war movie Tuntematon Sotilas by Edwin Lane. Okay, I'll get right on that. Project Hail Mary, Toy Story. Have I seen Begonia? How about the 90s Batman? Okay, so Toy Story I've seen many times. Project Hail Mary I haven't seen, but I love Ryan Gosling, so I will watch it. No worries about that. Begonia I haven't seen, and I probably won't because I don't like Yorgos Lanthimos or his movies. The 90s one of the 90s Batmans. I've watched those, however, millions of times as a kid. I hate those. Except Mask of the Phantasm, that one is the best Batman movie. By far. And yeah, as for that classic Finnish war movie, ooh, I just don't know about that because I don't watch a lot of Finnish movies. I'm not from Finland. Did you know this? Also, I wish, because I love when people from different cultures are like, hey, because I watch a lot of Asian horror movies, for example. And you watch them and you're like, oh, wow, there's like different cultures have genuinely great art. Who would have thought? I thought only people in California could make good movies. But no, some guys in South Korea and one guy in Japan can do it too. No, but I love that. And I wish I could do that. I wish I could come to you guys and be like, look, Iceland, really remote, really isolated from the rest of the world. Here's like interesting cultural artifacts. But I'm telling you, there ain't any. There's no Icelandic movie that you guys should check out. There is none. There's no Icelandic band that you guys should check out. There is none. There's nothing. There's nothing. It all sucks ass. And it's kind of because our sort of artistic industry has really been hijacked and monopolized by these cliques that are completely untalented in every conceivable way. And I hate them. 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 Oh. Church of the Good Chalice. Okay. So we could go now to Bergenworth if we were up to it. Decisions. I guess if we're gonna go Chalice Dungeoneering anymore, I'm gonna have to start pumping some Blood Echoes into more levels because I'm not at a good place to be going much deeper. Begonia is a lot worse than the original movie. Oof. I see how it is, Acer. Iceland isn't real. Iceland is pretty real. Didn't know there was an original of Begonia. I didn't know that either, actually. I'm learning this now, if it is indeed true. I wonder if... Was it here? Yeah, this is the one with the giant in it. Let's see if I can... Because I think this is the dungeon I stumbled upon organically. I didn't search to create this one. So I probably am at a proper-ish level range for it. Also, I have a substantially stronger weapon now than I did when I fought him like a couple of hours ago. Iceland is a fictional country invented for Vinland Saga. I read Vinland Saga. I read all the way up to him looting that girl to go with him from Greenland. And they went to like Miklagardr or Constantinople. And then I was like, you know what? The story has been sucking shit ever since the slavery arc. And I closed it, and I haven't looked back. And, it's well written and all that, but I just don't think it's as... the war in the Baltics thing. Alright. I was too busy being angry. The Baltic War arc I don't think was as interesting. I think it was better than the slavery arc, but I realized what I liked about it was, it felt to me like, what if Guts hadn't killed Dingus? What's his name? Gambino. What if Guts hadn't killed him, and Guts grew up into like this angry kid who hangs around with his mercenary band? And I thought, that's a really interesting premise for a story. Let's follow that. And then it became kind of like Blood Meridian, or like Butcher's Creek, where you have like this group of guys with dwindling resources and dwindling number of guys even, tracking their way across this frozen hellscape, committing atrocities. Oh, come on. To try and survive while being hounded down by a much more powerful enemy. And I thought that was such an interesting story. And then the story just became about something else. And again, well written and all that, not disputing, but it's just not as interesting a story to me. But I kept up with it for like the entirety of the slavery arc, because I thought it could get good again. And then the Baltic War arc, and I was like, it could get good again. And then the final arc, and I was like, oh, it could get good again. But yeah, I also think Thorfinn, he regresses as a character in my eyes. Not in he has an arc and he becomes less violent and all that, but he becomes a much less interesting character to me. The moment he's like, I don't have any enemies, I'm gonna solve all of my problems by being a Care Bear and being less friendly. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, some of your problems you cannot solve that way. And also, Askeladd was like the most interesting character, and, well, spoiler alert, they kill him off, and it's just not that good. I also think like the whole sort of pacifist route he takes, they create this sort of magic mumbo-jumbo of like, oh, the moment he realized he doesn't need weapons anymore, he fights with his hands. All of a sudden he was able to defeat anyone, and it's like, this is bullshit. This is a bullshit magic system you've injected into the work in order to prop up the sort of moral message you want to have. When a much more interesting approach would be to be like, actually embrace the full ramifications of being this pacifist character, which is that no, you don't get to fight a guy with knives when you don't have any weapons. You don't get to do that and win. And now I'm getting mad at like a manga, everybody. Ridiculous. I'm not good enough to fight that giant guy yet. Edwin Lane's Tuntematon Sotilas is based on the novel of the same name by Valno Elinna. There are also 2 more movie adaptations. It was weird how a character beats a slave to death, and then at the end of the arc everyone is cool with that guy. I don't remember that part, but I believe you that happened. Any thoughts on Yoko Taro taking the reins of the new Evangelion project? I've never finished Evangelion. I've watched it like 15 years ago or something. Like 10 or 12 years ago or whatever. And I got to the episode where Asuka shows up, and I got like 2 more episodes in, and it just sort of, my interest in this was just like non-existent, and I decided not for me, moved on with my life. I finished the first Drakengard. It sucks ass. I went like halfway through Nier Automata. I did like it, but I think, I don't believe in the word overrated, because a thing is just rated the way that it is, but I don't think there is nearly as much there as a lot of people felt. But hey, that's me. Maybe it just didn't resonate with me. I don't know. So I don't care about Evangelion. I don't really care about Yoko Taro. He's not a creative that really interests me. So him taking the reins of Evangelion is very neutral to me. But I can see why people would be excited by that. Using the L2s. Well, I had to use the L2s because I had to break his postule. And I was also just getting rid of, getting from the amygdala, where I also needed to use the L2s. I'm Barack. What are you guys talking about? The first Dragon card doesn't need suck. I played that entire thing and I have like 30 minutes of notes because that was going to be a video. I think it was the last time I allowed you assholes to vote on what game I was going to cover next. I used to have a system where every now and then I'd be like, hey guys, you know, what game should I make a video on? You know, you guys often have ideas. And it was like, oh, well, that's how the Kingsfield series began. I did Demon Souls and I was like, hey, what's next? And I thought Thief was going to win, but then, no, Kingsfield won. Thief did win once, but I did the Team Eco games instead because I didn't have time at the time to do a lot of Thief research. And I knew the Team Eco games fairly well. But Team Eco is still on the docket, still going to happen one day. And yeah, like Deus Ex, a lot of the times you guys voted and it was like, oh, these are bangers and I'm so happy I'm covering this. And then it came to freaking Dragon Guard and I played it and I was like, wow, my subscribers kind of crazy, huh? People like this. And then I read online, people were like, well, you know, it's a deliberately shitty game because he's like making fun of games where you kill a bunch of people and there are no consequences. And it's like, if you ever hear the term, it's deliberately bad, just close the door. Close the door on whatever mouth-breathing moron is in front of you. Because there is nothing you are saying by making it deliberately bad which you could not say just as eloquently by making it deliberately good. Making it deliberately bad is only ever done as an excuse when you failed to make it good. Oh, I was gonna make it good. You know, you're not secure enough to put yourself out there, or people are criticizing you and you need to defend yourself and you go, oh, well, it's designed to be that way. You know, I'm actually doing like a meta commentary, like complete freaking bullshit. Make it good. You can make whatever. There's nothing about making something shit that hammers home the message that wouldn't be hammered home just as well, if not better, by making it good. And anybody who ever defends anything by saying, well, it's deliberately shit, like, no. That is not even. Ooh, it gets me angry. And when I heard the people defending Drakengard like that, after I had thought people liked this game because they liked it, and I tried to like it. I was like, well, you know, I like this part, I like this. And I had like I said, 30 minutes of notes. And then I started researching, well, what do people talk about with this? And it was just that. It's just like, well, you know, it is shit, but it's actually brilliant in the way that it's shit. And it's like, no, you people don't, I'm not putting any more time into this. Just, getting mad. I'm getting mad just remembering my time with that game. Fun flying, I guess. Not really. Automata works on its totality, so it makes sense you didn't get it because you didn't even finish Route 1. See, this is also another one where it's like, you know, I liked, maybe I didn't get it yet because I didn't see the entire thing. My excuse is that my game bugged out, and just progression script triggers did not load for me. And if they did, I spent at least 2 hours looking for them, and I didn't find them. And you know what? I don't think that's on me. I googled, what am I supposed to do? I just finished this sequence in this church. I followed the instructions. I did it like 3 times. I did what I was supposed to do. If there's some secret sauce that I'm just not smart enough to figure out on how to advance in the game, then I guess the game just outsmarted me and I didn't get to finish it. Or, as I think happened, I think the game bugged out and I didn't get to finish it. That's, you know, just an unfortunate series of events. I liked it though. I liked the presentation format swaps, where it would like go from being a shmup to being a beat 'em up, and then it would sometimes just go into being a bit of a side scroller. Like, I thought that was cool, but I don't know. It just didn't jive with me really, and I honestly don't think there is any ending or any conclusion or any escalation of character relations that could have happened. You know, I was at least 20 or 30 hours in or whatever. There's nothing that could have happened after that much investment that would have changed how I felt about anything. So I feel like I gave that game all I could give it. But not everything is for everyone. I call it the Matrix 4 argument. It's bad on purpose, therefore good. Even though the meta commentary it does on the industry, you can find it 20 times better in Tropic Thunder. Yeah, it's like, people, everybody complains about like, oh, they taped a banana to the wall. And look, everybody's talking about it. And that's the point. It's the conversation. The art is in the fact that somebody would put this in an art museum. It's like performative. And it's just like, this is bullshit. Like, this is such trash. And it's been 100 years since somebody first thought to do this as like, oh, I'm going to autograph a toilet bowl or whatever. And, it's still this shit, and it's still the same damn gimmick, it's still the same damn point. If I post on Twitter some obvious engagement bait, am I an artist? And if somebody calls me out and is like, hey, you haven't provided anything of value here, you're just like wasting everybody's time with this obvious attempt to create an argument. Do I go, oh, well, I'm deliberately actually inciting a discourse in order to prove a point about perception of me? It's like, it always just feels like cope. Whenever no matter what, it always feels like somebody's coping because they tried to put themselves out there and then they chickened out because they were afraid of being called bad artists. It always feels like that to me, and I have no respect for anybody who tries to pull this shit off. Metal Gear Solid is about as deep into the sort of postmodern deconstructionist media as you can get. And you know what Kojima did? He also made good games. Metal Gear Solid 2 goes really deep into this stuff, but Metal Gear Solid 2 never stops being a good game. And kind of like, okay, so he made the exact same point all of these other people are making, but he made it while also making something good. I see how that works. Are you guys going to start doing something good now that it's proven that you can do it and make it good? No, it's going to be the same shit for another 30 years? Typical. I feel like I've gone on this rant way too often on the channel already. Just every other week people in chat are like, oh, here we go, Grandpa. Here's old Uncle Acer and his rant against modern art. Till where did you play Automata? Have you finished the entire 2B route? Till where did you play? I finished some... It's like a church or like a mausoleum or some sequence. I met like a couple of twins in there. I think there was like a guy and a girl. I think they had appeared earlier in the story. And I think there was a waterfall not far away from where I finished that. So... But I can't give you any more specifics than that because I honestly don't remember what the area was called. Hey, the dog. Pretentiousness is the enemy of legitimate critical thought. I like the banana taped to the wall due to the effect it has on you. Yeah, it's just it exists only to infuriate me and entertain Kopu, who enjoys when I get infuriated at that damn banana. I wish I could find the guy who did that and shove that banana up his ass and then tape it closed using the exact same piece of tape so that I never need to hear about this shit again. Same shit for 30 years, yet you play Souls. Well, that's technically just 15 years. No, 17 years. It's worth reiterating. I loved Automata for its music and atmosphere, but making me play another 90% identical playthrough to get the good stuff is ridiculous. Is this just regular Bloodborne PlayStation 4, or did you get the emulator up and running? This is just regular old PlayStation 4. Oh, yeah. Shame on you, Acer, bringing up this topic again instead of your other things you barely talk about, like cake array or healing grass. Ah, yes, the three things I say. Chat, we're closing in on the 4th hour now, and I'm actually getting kind of hungry. So I'm thinking of putting a lid on things today. Remember, to go, and there's a link in the description. Obviously, wishlist my game, though I think all of you have. Join the Discord if you haven't already. But because we're doing the Return to Yharnam stream, check out Bloodborne-Wiki. I'll edit it so that the Bloodborne-Wiki is in the description. And support Meph and all the work Meph does on keeping the -wiki up and running. The best resource, best catalog, and best resource of Bloodborne for everybody. It's, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's no. When you exaggerate something, what's the word for that? It's no exaggeration. That's the word I'm looking for. It's no exaggeration to say that the entire Bloodborne community is really gifted with that thing and would be so much worse off if we didn't have that thing. So yeah. Any final things we want to talk before putting things down? Hyperbole? No, exaggeration. Meth. Grub on down, King. Bless Meth. Grub on down and bless Meth. But yeah, hyperbole I guess would also work. Also, chat, I solved the mystery of the ethereal tree forests in these games. I think I found the original instance of this, but I'm not going to share it today. Maybe if we do another one of these streams tomorrow. Why is Ass Lake not full of cake array? Well, Ass Lake has this. Maybe that's part of the secret. Maybe it's not. Who knows? I do, maybe. But I'm not sharing it today. I'm vague posting in my sign-offs. Look at this. Look at this. I got the bone blade. Look at my... Ugh, he looks so ugly. He looks like me, but he also looks really ugly. It's such a cool weapon, man. Oh! Ah! The art of Gustav Dore. He does good art, but that's not the source I'm talking about. It's not the source I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat now. See you all tomorrow, maybe, with more Return to Yharnam. And don't forget to support Meph. Bye!